Yeah, it's working.
Oh, okay. 12:41. Okay.
Go.
Good.
Yeah.
What's going on now?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Beaver Dam. We've been here the last couple of days for the American Legion AA regional tournament, and it's been exciting so far. And it came down to the two teams you kind of thought coming in would be meeting each other on the last day, and that is Waupun and Beaver Dam, trying to get themselves over to West Salem for the state championship coming up this next week, or this week now. This is Sunday. But again, it should be a great game. It was a great game between these two teams yesterday afternoon at 1 o'clock, and Beaver Dam coming from behind, getting a run in the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and beating Waupun 3-2. Great pitching by Jeff Freund in that game, picking off numerous Waupun runners over at first base and getting them in rundowns to get them out. A great performance, only giving up 4 hits to Waupun, but this is what you expected to see, and this is what you look forward to as a baseball fan. You look forward to seeing games like this between these two teams. Rivalry thing still going on, even though they're not in the same conference. Should be funnier this afternoon. I'm Steve Winterhack. I've got Randy Armgill with me, Jeff Sauer on the video streaming, and ready to bring you hopefully 2 games here today from Beaver Dam.
Yeah, that would certainly be the Waupun fans' hope to get 2 games and get out of here with a victory and a chance to go to West Salem. But yeah, you're right about the pitching effort from Freund yesterday. I almost thought his strategy was, I'm going to let guys get a hit and get on base, and I'm going to pick them off. He had 3 guys early in that game. The lefty with a great move, able to, and then Beaver Dam able to execute. You know, once they had to pick off, Waupun guys took off immediately towards second, but they did a nice job of taking care of business and getting all 3 of those guys out.
Yeah, I thought they were rock solid out there, Beaver Dam. Of course, I know, definitely Waupun's used to playing on their turf over there, but you come to a real field here with real dirt out there and cause Waupun a little bit of problems, and you get somebody like Braden Strakota over at third base that had some weird hops over there, but you know how to play him. Just a little half step back and opened up his body, kind of brought the ball in and got the outs, and he played a really nice third base in that ball game against Waupun. So they have to try to figure things out as both teams have burned up their ace pitcher, I think, in this contest, so in this tournament. So we'll see how Waupun does today. And Waupun throwing Jake Krieger, who got to pitch in that first game against Port Washington a couple days ago, and we'll see how Jake does. Pretty solid pitcher. Looked great that day. He had his stuff, only gave up that hit to the first guy with an 0-2 pitch in that game against Port Washington. After that, he was just lights out.
And he's been pitching extremely well the last, couple of months. He's always been a good pitcher, but I thought he's really been dialed in. He throws strikes. He's very efficient, and that's so important when you have the pitch count. You don't want to get high in the pitch count by the 4th, 5th inning, and then your staff's struggling to figure out what they're going to do. And then if you win, you have another game, so that all comes into play. So hopefully today Jake can be efficient. He can stay in this game till the end, and Waupun can come out with a victory behind him.
Yeah, that was a bit of the problem with Waupun yesterday with Mason Holtz. Kind of ran out of pitches in that game because he got a lot of 3-2 counts and extended at-bats for some of the Beaver Dam players, and then he did not make it to the end, where Freund did make it to the end, and he was still very strong right to the end of that ball game. So Again, the only chink in his armor is that 2-run shot that went out over the left center field fence by Chase Beam, who's got a hot bat going. A 2-run home run, a grand slam to kind of seal the deal against Kewaskum yesterday. A special player.
He is a special player. Still a young guy. We've talked about that. His upside is still there, and he's going to be a better player as he gets more mature. But I thought he really, defensively, his game is so much better than it was as a freshman, and he's ready to go. And he's the kind of guy that could have a breakout monster junior and senior high school season, and then more Legion ball.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about, how Waupun got to this point, the games that they played so far in the tournament, and the big game against Beaver Dam. Got to beat them twice, double elimination tournament. That was the big deal with winning that game yesterday for Beaver Dam, coming from behind and winning, because they just need to get one win here today, and they'll be off to state. Waupun has to win both of these games, both games in this doubleheader, and see who's got the deeper pitching for both teams, who's got their hitting shoes on here today. And great rivalry game, so I'm looking forward to this, hopefully bringing you 2 games today here from Beaver Dam. We're going to take a break, come back with more of our Home and Auto Sales pregame show in just a few minutes on RP Sports.
And that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until
Home and Auto is very blessed to have served our local communities for 50 years. From a small used car store with 4 employees to 5 locations and over 100 employees, we would like to thank our many customers and our communities for the past 50 years. Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun, Holman Chevrolet in Waupun, Holman Ford and Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon, Holman Chevrolet GMC in Ripon, and the location where we began 50 years ago, Holman Value Center in Waupun. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, our customers, our friends, for the last 50 years. And we look forward to the next 50 years. Home and Auto, great selection, award-winning service, low prices, and a relaxed buying atmosphere. We make you feel at home at Home and Auto Group in Waupun and Ripon, serving you for 50 years and counting.
With All-Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Soon we'll be in a warm Wisconsin summer. Now is the time to get your maintenance plan to prevent an AC conundrum. Don't forget, we sell and install American Standard furnaces too.
Call 920-7 632301. Log on allphasecomforts.com.
Providing your comfort zone for all seasons.
You work hard to make sure your family has everything they need. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most.
Contact me, Agent Christine File, at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun, or call 920-324-3488 today.
American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Say cheese. If you cringe when it's time to smile, come to Dentistry of Wisconsin in Beaver Dam and Waupun to make your grin big, bright, and beautiful. They can help with impactful solutions like implants, bridges, and orthodontics like Sure Smile clear aligners. And if you're looking for simple smile enhancers, they offer tooth whitening and veneers. Give Dentistry of Wisconsin a call in Beaver Dam at 887-2112 or their Waupun office at 324-3881. You can also visit them online at dentistryofwisconsin.com.
Okay, we are back at Beaver Dam High School. Coaches coming out by home plate to discuss things just before we get things going. Again, this is the final day of the regionals. Only 4 teams that were in this tournament. 2 of them eliminated yesterday with Kewaskum and Port Washington. And just as we thought coming in, it'll be Waupun and Beaver Dam playing on the last day, with Waupun having to win 2 games. Beaver Dam just wins 1 game and they head to the state tournament. But again, just a 3-2 victory for Beaver Dam, coming from behind, getting that win in the bottom of the 7th inning. So it should be, I think, a very good game here today between these 2 teams.
And we've seen it in the past. You know, you go back into history, there's been a number of times where teams have come into that situation where they need to win 2 and they pull it off. Sometimes you get a hot first game and the momentum carries over into that second game and allows you to get out of there with a victory. So we'll see what happens today.
Yeah, it should be a great game. It was a fun game yesterday. Waupun jumps out to that 2-run lead, 2-0 in the 4th inning, with starting out with Evan Sauer coming up to bat, leading off and getting a pretty impressive double. So he's standing at second base, and then you got Chase Beam comes to the plate, just cranks it out over in left center field. And Waupun heading ahead at that time by a score of 2-0. So what? You still have the one I gave you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that was, like I said, an impressive moment in the ball game. But then Beaver Dam, they just kind of, didn't panic at all. They still had the great pitching from Jeff Freund, shutting Waupun down for the rest of the game after that. And then a run in the 5th, a run in the 6th, and then finally that winning run that came in the bottom of the 7th inning to take that victory from Waupun and take the advantage in the tournament. Just sitting here needing to win 1 game here on their home field in what should be an on and off rainy day. I see the umbrellas out. We've got a little rain coming down right now. Still windy like it was yesterday, with the wind blowing right towards left field. And conditions might not be great off and on throughout the day, but just got to get the games in, hopefully. And hopefully it's not one of those days where you have to sit under the umbrella for like 5 or 6 hours underneath our canopy here.
Yeah, it's definitely overcast and cloudy, but the rain is just light mist right now, so not bad, and certainly they're going to play through it, getting ready to start this game. Coaches are at home plate. Looks like Rob Rule out of Madison. I'm not sure who the other gentleman is. If that's Jason Kelly or not, I'm not sure. They work together. They come out of Madison, so very high-level officials working this championship.
They look professional out there. They look like officials, so... also in that ball game yesterday, Waupun and Beaver Dam, Jeff Freund, not only a great pitching performance, but it also was 2 for 3 along with a triple in that ball game. He's the one that got himself over to third base and ended up scoring. Yeah, so he had a great job at the plate. And Boston Damon was 2 for 2 in that ball game. Their number 2 batter in the batting order. So some dangerous hitters on top of the order for the post 146. And Waupun, like I said, will have their hands full here today.
Waupun's going to be the home team today. This went to a coin flip, obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot involved as listening to the coaches discussing. Does everybody know the rules for this for sure, what it is? And after this game, do you just flip home and visitors, or do you flip again? And they're going through all this stuff. Is this actually written down someplace? And this is there's a lot at stake with this game, and they're not taking anything for granted here. And they want to make sure everything's official, and they have nothing to gripe about later on. Announcing the starting lineups. Randy, you want to give Waupun's defensive starters out there, seeing that we're the home team?
Yes, Emmett Hull is going to be playing third base. Mason Holtz in left field. Evan Sauer at shortstop. Chase Beam is going to be catching. Jake Krieger is going to be on the mound for Waupun. Ethan Cunningham in right field. Bryant Ferris playing center. Landon Richter at second base. And Landon Protrat's getting the start today at first base. So kind of gave you the batting order as well as their positions defensively.
Okay, I guess we're going to take a break right now. Let them play the national anthem here at this American Legion tournament. Waupun getting set to take on Beaver Dam, and the beginning starts just in a few minutes on RP Sports.
That Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts. All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Chocolate, coffee, popcorn, ice cream. That's all that needs to be said about Guth's candy. But Steve and Katie Guth offer much more than your favorite confectionery cravings. Hundreds of decadent handcrafted creations and classic candy faves are swirled together in a casual cafe for long talks, guiltless indulgences, and hot refills. Guth's Candy, corner of Highway 49 and 151, Waupun. Order your Guth favorites online for a sweet surprise at guthscandy.com. Guth's Candy in Waupun, a chocolate legacy 4 generations strong.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-334-5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun.
Back.
Okay, we are back for the beginning of the game. Waupun is the home team, and out on the field for the Waupun Warriors, of course, you got Jake Krieger's 5-0 on the season. Very good ERA on the season, and he had all control of his pitches coming in that first game when they took on Port Washington. Curving the ball, fastball, a little change up here and there, and he just had total control and just mowing down the hitters one after another.
Yeah, and kept his pitch count down so he can compete today. Otherwise, he would have had to go deeper into that pitch count on the first day, he would not be available today. So that worked out in Waupun's favor as well.
Let's take a look at the Beaver Dam Post 146 and their batting order. Jeff Freund will lead off, followed by Boston Damon. Jarek Westover is batting third. Kyler Keel, the center fielder, is batting cleanup. Jake Jelka, he is the shortstop and batting fifth, followed by third baseman Braden Strakota. Carson Franke, the first baseman, batting seventh. After that, Brad Wendorf, the catcher, and then left fielder Ben DeMaster. He is batting ninth. That is the batting order for Post 146 out of Beaver Dam. I thank my daughter for letting us use her 10x10 canopy here. That's all the equipment we have in here. Got to protect that and keep us old guys.
This is absolutely perfect, Steve.
Perfect, yeah.
You couldn't. We should be okay if it does rain a little harder, but yeah, I think it's stopped right now. I'm on the edge. You're in the middle. I can stick my arm out, and I don't think there's any drizzle right now. So.
Yeah, we're just ready for any eventuality. Seeing we could be here for the next 4 hours, sitting in this spot. Even kind of strategically put our banner right behind us because the wind's coming in from there, and you could definitely feel when it was raining a little bit, it was coming right in. So here we go. Jake Krieger on the mound, and also Jeff Freund up to bat. Here's the first pitch of the ball game, and a called strike. Right down the pipe. No offer from Freund on that. Okay.
Not sure what that was exactly about. A little home plate umpire talking to the Waupun dugout.
And going to jams him on that with the curveball. He probably thought it was going to come in just over the plate just a little bit more, but kind of stayed inside, so he fought it off and pulled it foul over the third base side. Now for an 0-2 count. Another great crowd here for both teams, cheering on their American Legion teams. 0-2 pitch. And he has popped up behind home plate. Is he going to make it out? No. It's like Chase Beam's going to haul it in for the out. It's a nice start there for Waupun. A tough out, getting Freund out on the first batter that came up to the plate for Beaver Dam.
Nice job by Chase's teammates to let him know where that was. I think Chase Probably guessing that was going to go way out of play at first, and teammates letting him know straight back. Able to find the ball.
Yeah, does a great job besides with a bat in his hand, but he's a great catcher back there, and he put one, caught one last night against Kewaskum that couldn't have been more than like 5-6 inches off from the fence. Just came straight down and just reached up and grabbed it and got the out. So big boy out there, but he's a little control of his body. And he has a good cannon for an arm down to second base. Next pitch is going to miss high and inside, makes the count 1-1. Boston Demon at the plate. Demon offers on the next one, puts the count now at 1-2.
Yeah, as an umpire who's worked behind Chase, he gets really low too. He gives you a great look at the strike zone, so that'll also help your pitcher get a few of the low strikes, which you sometimes can't see if a catcher sits way up. But
this is hit out left field, and that'll drop in. A good job by Mason Holtz to get it on the bounce. Had to kind of reach up to get it. Fires it into second to keep it to just a single. Boston Demon is the starting pitcher for Beaver Dam here today. Now left-hander Jarek Westover steps to the plate, their second baseman. Does the right thing, goes up to the home plate umpire and shakes his hand and before he swings the bat. Catchers always make a pretty good little relationship because you're going to be together for a whole game with the home plate umpire, it looks like.
Some do, some don't. You know, some are very stoic and quiet. Some are, you know, they talk to you a lot during a game. It's it never hurts if you just, you know, you use the umpire as your friend. Certainly can't hurt you in any way.
Ball hit out towards left field and just drifting back, and it gets past Mason Holtz. Looks like he got kind of tied up a little bit and went further than they thought it was going to go. That wind is blowing straight out that way. At first looked like he had a beat on it, then all of a sudden he got twisted around, then it landed past him. That one drops in, and over at second base now is Jarek Westover. Boston Demon holds up at third base.
Beaver Dam getting to Krieger early here.
Yeah, both balls pulled right down left field, and now a little conference with the catcher Chase Beam and Jake. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Glad to bring you the game today, Jeff Sauer, and we got here early, almost as early as Jeff normally gets here, and Jeff had all this stuff. I love his camera out in the outfield. It's a great shot from out there, but he's got a little umbrella on it.
Yeah, and prepared for the weather, even out in center field. Amazing.
Like I said, Kyler Keel is up to bat, and Nick Rush just said, hey, you guys, you're on the radio too.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we are on the radio, so if anybody listening, if you've got, maybe somebody doesn't have the internet or just working out, this one is up the middle, it's going to drop in for a base hit. You get it in right away, they hold up the runner. Oh, they hold the runner up over at third. Now he's coming home because they overshoot home plate, and the catcher, and Beaver Dam, just like that, is leading 2-0. And that was a problem yesterday with Waupun getting some throws in on the mark. Kind of looked like if they would have got that in a little bit earlier, they could have got that out over at third base. But 2 runs come in, and now Waupun trails 2-0.
The ball coming in hot and low, skipped away from Landon Potratz, allowed that second run to score. Krieger wants a new ball, maybe a little bit damp in the grass.
So 2 runs do come in. You still got a runner at second base with Kyler Keel out there and Jake Julka up to bat. Not a great start here for Waupun, trailing 2-0. Big sweeping curve finds the strike zone. Strike one.
You're scoring along with us. You're going to say that's a single. He went to second on the throw.
We want to thank Nick Rush for making that happen for us today. And there's plenty of people that just don't have the internet available, or they're on the road, and then a balk is called, and heading over to third base is Keel. So like everything going against Waupun here in this top of the first inning. Digging a bit of a hole. The runner at third base, there's still only 1 out, and that was on the first batter, Jeff Freund. For that, 3 runners all reach the base, and 2 of them come in to score. They bat this, but it's going to stay foul down the first base line. Yeah, so tune us in if you've got a family member who, if I could probably call my mom up. Somebody should call my mom up and tell her, because she loves to turn it on the radio on. She does not have the internet at her house, and she's one of the many people that would benefit from that and their situations.
is brought to you in part by
Okay, we're back.
Okay, we are back in Beaver Dam. Waupun giving up 4 hits, 3 runs across the plate, and dig a hole right away in that first half of the game. Trailing now here after one half of inning, 3-0. Some errant throws that came in, a balk that came into play that allowed another run to come in, and not a great start for Waupun, but a couple bad throws into the infield too with the outfielders out there, and a throw to first base by the pitcher, by Krieger, goes past, kind of bounces and gets past Potratz over at first, and everything that could go wrong did go wrong in that first inning for Waupun.
Yeah, dug a hole. Maybe this will excite them a little bit and get them going here and know that they have to provide some offense.
You got the sun popping out right now.
Crazy. We knew this was how this day was going to play out. As I mentioned to you earlier, we might not get any rain. We could get 1.5 inches because it's going to be spotty and it could be heavy in certain areas.
We're a little sensitive to that rain thing. I mean, I remember you getting a hold of me when I was up in Manitowoc, and you said, man, it's rained for like an hour straight or whatever, just a downpour that one night when you got a hold of me. This is popped in the air, foul territory, first base side, and it is caught over there. Nice job by their first baseman, Carson Franke. And Boston Damon on the mound for Beaver Dam. Let's see what his numbers are. 5-0 on the season with a 2.05 ERA. Brad Wendorf behind home plate. Carson Franke just made that catch over at first base. Derek West over at second, and Jake Julka, shortstop. Brings up Mason Holtz to the plate. Braden Strakota is the third baseman. Ben DeMaster, he is out in left field. Kyler Keel is the center fielder, and Jeff Freund is in right field. So one is hit on the ground, and it's going to get picked up by the second baseman. Westover ranges over towards first base. Plays it perfectly, gets the throw to first to get the out. So Waupun going down quickly. 2 up and 2 down here in this bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up Evan Sauer to the plate to get his first look at Boston Damon. And gets one out deep out to center field, but just kind of ranging back is Keel. Gets underneath it, hauls it in. So Waupun just like that going down. 1, 2, 3. No answer for Waupun in the bottom of the first inning. Waupun trailing 3-0, and we'll be back with the top of inning number 2 coming your way right after this on RP Sports.
a family-owned business operating in the Waupun area for over 60 years. Their third generation is very involved in the running of the business. W&D Novice is a commercial industrial business specializing in convenience stores, fast food restaurants, auto parts stores, and apartment complexes, along with a landscape rock division. No job is too big for the professionals at W&D Novice Waupun.
Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun, to talk about a great event coming up here. Andy, talk about the next meat raffle and who it benefits.
That's right. We're going to do a special event meat raffle. We usually don't do them until we pick them up again in fall, but we're going to bring one out August 4th, Sunday afternoon, looking at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to do a meat raffle that's going to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So the fine folks from Make-A-Wish asked us to do one, so we're going to do a special event one on August 4th at 2 p.m.
All right, so when people come in, what do they expect that day?
You can expect we'll run some drink specials, and of course, and we're going to sell some meat, some paddles, and have a lot of fun. Have a spin a prize wheel and do a 50-50 along with it, all for the benefit of the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
All right, talk about some of the great things going on here throughout the week here, Andy.
Hey, we got specials going on all day, every day during the week. Mondays is all-you-can-eat shrimp and fries. Tuesdays is Mexican all day. Wednesdays is wings after 4 p.m. Thursdays is burger day. Friday is fish all day, of course, open to close. Saturday is appetizer specials. And Sunday, of course, we're back to wings, and we do it all over again.
Andy, have a great week. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street, Waupun.
Welcome back to Beaver Dam. Steve Witterhack and Randy Armga bringing you this regional AA American Legion game. First batter up is Brad Wendorf, and this is hitting short right field over by the right field line and just drifting over to get it, and bringing it in is Ethan Cunningham. Again, 3-0 deficit now for Post 210, giving up 3 in that first inning. A great way to start the day, but Waupun can settle down a little bit. They really haven't been having great hitting in this tournament so far. I know the coach is not real happy with their opportunities, even against that game against Kewaskum yesterday. I didn't think we really hit all that great.
Yeah, slow start it was, certainly a slow start. I know we saw Coach Bob Spanbauer kind of giving a fire and brimstone speech over there, and after that, Waupun seemed to respond with a much better offensive effort after that.
Ben DeMaster up, and he's down to the count 0-2 with 1 down and nobody on. Number 9 in the batting order. Next pitch is a called strike, and going down looking is DeMaster. So 2 down, nobody on, and that'll bring up Jeff Freund. He popped out back to the catcher, back to start things out in this ball game, back in the first inning. Freund, of course, the pitcher, shut down Waupun yesterday in that game at 1 o'clock. Games are supposed to be today at 5 o'clock and at 7:30, so they can show off their lights, but with the rain in the forecast, I think everybody's kind of happy they moved them way up, so maybe you can still have a little bit of your Sunday night to enjoy yourself with the family and get things done.
Thanks again to Nick Rush for getting us on AM 1170 and 103.3.
This is a shot out towards left field to drop in for a 2-out single for Freund. Takes a 2-out pitch out to left field to get his first hit of the ball game. Boston Damon got on with a single and scored back in the first inning. Jarek Westover awaiting on deck.
Freund, he's a good ball player. We've watched him in a couple of games here now. Just a good hitter, good athlete.
Checks over to first base by Krieger. And a runner goes. Here's the throw. A good fast throw over to the second base, and they got him. You could tell everything was working perfect. He was already in the throwing position when he got it in, Chase Beam, and he just threw a bullet to second base, and they throw him out. So good job there by Beam and the team for getting that out at second and shutting down Beaver Dam here in the top of the second inning. Now they had to get the bats going, and we'll find out how they do in the bottom of the second inning right after this on RP Sports.
Great deals this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $2.49 per pound. Country Hearth split top bread, buy one, get one free. Kemp's Ice Cream, $3.99 with your card. Deals on 7-Up, RC Cola, or Dr. Pepper all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. And a reminder to shop cattails connected to Waupun's Piggly Wiggly on Gateway Drive in Waupun. Shop the pig all this week for great deals. This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwich.
Okay, we are back, and the very dangerous hitting at Chase Beam up to bat. 2-run home run, a grand slam yesterday. 2-run home run right against Beaver Dam to put Waupun up 2-0 at that time in the fourth inning. Watches 2 pitches go by, and he's down to the count now 0-2.
Yeah, Boston Damon gonna throw Beam a couple of breaking pitches to start. Not throwing him a fastball. Not early, anyway.
Goes to the fastball, and that one's lined right at the shortstop. Jake Jelka didn't have to go anywhere. Just put his glove up and haul it in. Well hit ball by Beam, but right at the shortstop. Okay, Jake Krieger up to bat now. See if he can help his cause. First one's going to curve outside, low, ball one. And that's a sharply hit ball right down the line. That is fair, and Krieger's rounding first base, heading over to second. He's going to get in with a double. There you go, just one out. Jake Krieger standing at second base. Hard hit ball right down the line by Jake Krieger.
Brings a little excitement out of the Waupun fans. A good showing here by Waupun today. You got that smaller section on the third base side pretty much filled up.
Yeah, done a good job, and Legion always is. And there's
a lot of people sitting in their lawn chairs down the left field line as well.
It brings up Ethan Cunningham. First pitch into him, a fastball misses high. Yeah, Waupun travels well. They really follow their teams. It's been fun, following them over the years. Been all over the state with, Waupun. Last year we were over at Green Bay. Where were we? Over in Green Bay.
Ashwaubenon.
Ashwaubenon,
that was
yes.
That's the way to see the state, I guess, is by calling games. And,
right.
Yeah, went to Westby some years ago. That was kind of fun. Lacrosse, we stayed at a hotel there. But Westby, what a beautiful area. Ooh, called strike. Say cut the inside part of the plate. Makes the count 1-2 on Cunningham. I love my drive from Lacrosse to go over to Westby because I found a road that was just like a roller coaster. It looked like you're going to go right off to a cliff, and all of a sudden, boom, the road goes down. And I took that every day because I was just like a kid on it. And this is drilled out to left center field, and that should score a run for Waupun. And that's going to get past the center fielder. Cunningham with great speed around second base is going to go for three. Going for three. They get the relay over, and over at third base with a triple is Ethan Cunningham. Bringing in a run, Waupun on the board, plus Cunningham standing at third base. Well hit ball getting past the center fielder by Cunningham.
Yeah, that was struck hard. I think it surprised the outfielder that it came in that hot. It'd be nice to see Waupun can get this run in now from third base.
Nice answer here. The bat's now officially going for Waupun. Brian Ferris to the plate, the center fielder for Waupun. Showing a bunt over towards the pitcher, and they kind of look him back, and it did not work out for him. Brian kind of looking back, aren't you going to come in? But they definitely had an eye on the runner at third base, just didn't have the opportunity. So it puts two outs on the board, and that will bring up Landon Richter. Landon, the second baseman for Waupun, up to bat with that runner over at third base. Let's see if we can get him in. Starts him out with a curveball that finds the inside part of the plate for strike one.
Not sure if there was miscommunication on that bunt play there, or if they just didn't feel it was placed right for Cunningham to get a good jump.
And here's one that's going to bounce over second, hop in the glove of Jelka at shortstop. Throws to first to get the out. Waupun happy to get a run in, but disappointed they couldn't get that other run in from third base with only one down. So at least they're on the board. Waupun trailing 3-1 after two complete. Back with the top of the third inning right after this on RP Sports.
We make you feel at home and auto sales. Great selection and a price that's low. You'll find friendly smiles and a warm hello every time. We make you feel at home and auto sales. Every time we make you feel at home and auto sales.
Home and Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of high school sports.
Every beginning starts with a breath. When buying or selling a home, it's easy to forget to take one. Brookborn and Rock River Realty can guide your next real estate venture without the worry. Home markets are changing, and Brookborn meets the market with only a 2.5% commission. It's true, 2.5%. Save the stress when you work with the best. Contact Brookborn at 920-251-0500 or email brookborn@rockriverrealty.org.
Okay, we are back. here in Beaver Dam. Waupun disappointed with only getting one run. They had that runner over at third base after Cunningham got the RBI triple, standing at third with only one down, but they looked like they were going to try to do a little suicide squeeze and try to get him in, but that one didn't work out, and that kept Cunningham over at third base, and then just a ground out after that. And Waupun comes up with one run, but they'll get third with only one down. But they can get a bat on the ball. Looked like they were going to try to do a little suicide squeeze and try to get him in, but that one didn't work out, and that kept Cunningham happens to be up at the plate right now. A ground out after that. And Waupun comes up with second base, so he's back to lead things off. Swings on the next pitch in and fouls it out of play. Jeff, is it Jeff Eberly?
Eberly,
yeah,
yes.
He's doing a great job of running this. He's really attentive, and this one just kind of poked up, very soft hit ball, but coming up hard was Evan Sauer to get it. I thought, man, that's just going to be like that perfect little, excuse me, single up the middle, and good job by Evan coming in hard and just throws a bullet over to first base to get the out. Great play there by Evan Sauer.
Landon Potrat's on first base today.
Yeah, getting a little playing time.
Yeah, you bet. Good player.
And this is going to go between first and second base off the bat of Jarek Westover, the lefty. So a one-out single for Beaver Dam. That'll bring up Kyler Keel, also had a base hit and scored in the first inning.
Westover's second hit of the game.
Yeah, Landon, I got to see him come up for a game-winning hit with the American Legion Post 210 maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. He may just happen to stop by there, so and he's getting a chance to get out there and play today. Jake Jelka waiting on deck. So one down, runner at first. 3-1 lead for Beaver Dam, getting all those in the first inning. Called strike on the next pitch in. Makes the count 0-2.
Seeing the umpires give the outside edge quite a bit. This guy working the plate, getting a little bit on the inside, which is good.
Beam kind of setting up outside, even though he came right inside with it, and that's pulled foul on the ground off the bat of Keel.
It's funny, sometimes hitters will kind of peek back to see where the catcher's setting up if they go too early. I've actually heard catchers say, stop looking, or it's coming at your head.
Beam setting up outside again. They're going to throw to first base. They have the runner off the base, and then Potratz bobbles it over at first base, and safe over at second now is Jarek Westover. Had him off the base. Waupun got caught in that situation a few times with Jeff Freund on the mound at lefty and had that great move and a couple rundowns and a throw out at first base. Well, he was on the mound yesterday against Waupun, but
Landon just kind of lost it on the transfer from his glove. Not able to get it off quickly.
He's going to get over to second base, and they're going to get it to first. Good job. Richter, easy play, but that does advance the runner over to third base. But two down with runner at third base. And Jake Jelka up to bat. Flew out to center field, got a sac fly to center field back in the first inning. That one does not drop into the strike zone, stays high for ball one.
That sac fly by Jelka came right after a balk call. Moved Keel to third.
Swing and a miss on the next pitch. Working the high part of the zone and getting the swing and miss. 1-1's the count. Another great pitch, working the inside part of the plate on a fastball. Gets the call. Count is 1-2. Here's the pitch from Krieger, and that is chopped up the middle. Here goes Sauer, gets it on the second hop. Great range over there, gets right behind second base. Throws a strike to first and makes it look easy out there. So Waupun shuts the door. They do get a runner to third base, but nobody scores. And after 2.5 innings, Waupun trailing Beaver Dam by a score of 3-1. Be back with the bottom half of inning number 3 after this on RP Sports.
If there's anybody out there, if you could tell us if you're hearing an echo, I'd appreciate it. I'm not sure if I'm getting it or not. We'll be back.
No, when planting season arrives, timing is everything. That's why you need a planter that's ready to strike when the conditions are right. Massey Ferguson planters are part of a long tradition of accurate planting with minimal downtime and required maintenance. It's a combination of precision, dependability, and performance worthy of the Massey Ferguson name and worthy of your farm. Stop by Waupun Equipment today or visit www.masseyferguson.us to learn more.
A warm and humid Wisconsin summer. You know, at some point you'll be saying, "Turn on the AC!" Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Soon we'll be in a warm Wisconsin summer. Now is the time to get your maintenance plan to prevent an AC conundrum. Don't forget, we sell and install American Standard furnaces too.
Call 920-763-2301. Log on allphasecomforts.com.
Providing your comfort zone for all seasons.
You work hard to make sure your family.
Okay, we are back. Not a bad day so far. We're all set just in case there was some rain. Got a big 10x10 canopy up. Want to thank my daughter Amanda for supplying that to us and set up perfectly here in case we do get some rain. Hopefully we'll be here for a couple of games today. Waupun has to win both games to move on to the state tournament at West Salem coming up later on this week.
If it doesn't rain, it's nice to be shaded from the sun.
Yeah, because the sun is out now and don't need any more sun at my age. Don't need it.
Oh man, yeah, we do spend some time out in the conditions when we do this.
Landon Protratz is going to get himself a leadoff base hit. Nice job, Landon. Right between short and third base. Good job by Protratz getting a leadoff single. That's the way to set up your top of the order with Emmett Hull coming up to bat.
Landon's going to have a sub come in. That's going to be Brady White. So that will be a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner. There are no courtesy runners in this tournament action for American Legion. So White will be in. Potratz could re-enter.
That would be it for Brady then?
That would be it for Brady, which I don't think he can pitch anyway. So that would be.
Yeah, he's pitched a couple games and did a great job. A couple appearances that he had, a called strike.
Shows you the importance of this inning here, getting the lead off on with Potratz and then wanting to get a little bit speedier guy on the bases.
Yeah, kind of sacrificing one guy that's got some pretty good speed out there. And a little throw to first base, and Mr. White's pants aren't as white as they were when he first walked out onto the field. 0-1 pitch, and that is chopped over towards shortstop. Third baseman comes in, and nice job by the third baseman for Beaver Dam with Braden Strakota over there. Just did what he's supposed to do, and those short balls like that run in front of the shortstop, got the momentum going to third, gets the out, but runner does advance over to second base.
Now batting the left fielder, number 12, Mason Holtz.
So Mason Holtz coming up to bat. Mason's last at bat, a ground out over to second base in that 1-2-3 first inning for Waupun. 3-1 deficit now for Post 210. And American Legion Post 210, one of our sponsors. Want to thank them for sponsoring our broadcast and our video streaming. They do a great job around town, and they are a very valuable asset to the city of Waupun. Very active group over at Waupun's American Legion Post 210. You can also rent their hall that they have there, or go to their bar that they have that a lot of people kind of forget about once in a while, that has some food there, some pizza. One of the nights they have the wings. Yeah, just a nice place to go. Or American Legion Post 210 looking for members right now. Mason Holtz gets called on a strike. First pitch in.
Anybody has Bob Petroli or those Legion guys number, let them know that it's on the radio. They like to listen on the radio. They might not be aware.
Yeah, Bob was one of those that when I had to talk to him about advertising, he's the one that mentioned that. And this is hit out towards the center field, and Kyler Keel has a beat on it and throws it right in, keeping the runner over at second base. It's not out there deep enough to try to take a chance at that. So now 2 down. You got the dangerous hitting Evan Sauer coming up to bat. Evan flew out to center field. See if he can put one maybe right in left center field right now. Little laser out there.
Just enough speedy Brady White on the bases. Should be able to score. With 2 outs, he's going to get a jump on the swing.
First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. Yeah, Beaver Dam coming up with 4 hits in that first inning, and they've got a total of 6 now. Waupun sitting at 3 hits in the ball game.
4 hits. Waupun had 3 errors in that first inning.
That's the other part of the stat. Fastball hits the outside part of the plate on the pitch by Damon. Evens the count now at 1-1. Yeah, thanks for joining us if you're out there watching the game, and hopefully we got some people listening to the game on AM 1170 and 103.3 FM, maybe even 93.7 FM. If you know somebody that's over in that area, that's going to get past the catcher and heading over to third base now. He is Brady White. So White now at third base. Let's bring him in. Trailing now 3-1. Very important run right now, standing at third base for Waupun.
Another pass ball or an infield hit, anything now would give Brady White the opportunity to scoot home.
Damon looks to third and brings the pitch home, and that is hit deep out towards left field. Going back to left fielder DeMaster, and it is out of here. A home run, a 2-run shot off the bat of Evan Sauer. Kind of a no-doubter on that one. Plus, you got the wind. I don't know if that had any play in that one, but that was well out of the park, right down the left field line, and a 2-run shot by Evan Sauer to tie this game up at 3 apiece.
Yeah, no-doubter is right.
Beautiful, beautiful hit there by Evan Sauer to tie this game up, and wanted to get that 1 run in, but Evan says, I want to get 2 runs in right now. 1 swing, and we are tied at 3.
DeMaster took a couple of steps back towards the fence and said, nope. This one's not going to be playable.
The best view of that one going over. Ben out there in left field, and that'll bring up Chase Beam, a guy who's hit 2 out of the park in the tournament. One of those a 2-run shot against Beaver Dam. It put Waupun up 2-0 at that time in the 4th inning of that game yesterday afternoon. Then just a beast of a monster home run to get a grand slam yesterday or last night against Kewaskum to kind of help seal the deal in that victory against Kewaskum. This pitch finds the top of the strike zone for a called strike. Puts the count now at 1-1.
I would take back-to-back dingers right now. That would be kind of fun. Get this crowd going.
Yeah, Beam's a dangerous man this tournament, and kind of gets him go after one that was dropping out of the zone, fouls it back. Puts the count at 1-2. Jake Krieger awaiting on deck. Yeah, Beam had a nice, well-hit ball, but a line drive right at the shortstop back in the 2nd inning.
That's right, line drive to short.
Next one, he's going to foul that one back. Stays alive to see another pitch. 1-2 the count yet. Yeah, good to see the sunshine out here. The
beautiful.
umbrellas are all tucked away right now.
Pretty much the clouds are breaking up behind us and seeing a lot of blue sky, half blue sky at least.
And that's a hard hit ball and a base hit for Chase Beam, who's just red hot here in the tournament. Wherever he hits it, he just hits it hard, and that goes right up the middle for a bases empty single. So now he's standing at first base. See if Waupun can get some more work done with 2 down. And Jake Krieger coming up to bat. He had a nice hit, a double. He was last at bat back in the 2nd inning, and he scored after that. That's going to be outside, and a good job by the catcher, Brad Wendorf, to lunge his body out there and smother that ball and keep the runner at first.
Wendorf, he took that right in the bare hand, in the throwing hand. He was sacrificing the body there to keep that in front. Excellent job by Wendorf.
It's just it's a different mentality. There's very few people that just feel comfortable back there and just giving up your body. And I've seen some catchers that like to turn their head when they hit those short hoppers, but you're supposed to look right down at it, because the worst they could do then is just hit you in the face mask or the neck guard, and you'll be all right. Turn your head till you get one in the side or the back of your head. 2-0 the count to Krieger. The next one's going to miss, makes it a 3-0 count.
One of the understated things, too, by catchers that do a really good job of blocking, you're going to get a few more calls from an umpire, because if you're letting everything go through and the umpire's getting beat up, you're not going to get all the calls.
Krieger taking all the way on that one, called strike. Yeah, that factors in then.
It does. I mean, it just, the umpires lock in better. It's just a fact of life.
That puts the count now with 3-1 to Jake. Went down to the dirt. Another block job there by Wendorf, but now runners at first and second base. Job by Jake, good at bat, and that'll bring up another dangerous hitter for Waupun, Ethan Cunningham. He had a triple, an RBI triple back in the second inning that brought Jake Krieger in. That's the one that kind of got past the center fielder and allowed him to get all the way over to third base. Last second decision there, and just fouls it off weakly over towards first base side.
A little high and tight. Ethan got jammed a bit. Able to fight it off for a foul ball.
Seventh batter of the inning for Waupun. But they not only just tie this game up, but maybe take the lead with that runner at second base.
A waiting game right here. Cunningham's going to back out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. It's taking a little too long. So yeah, I'm going to step out for a little bit. Going 0-1 pitch now for Ethan Cunningham. That one is smoked out to left field, and that Waupun will score another run and take the lead in this ball game. A nice hit ball by Ethan Cunningham right between short and third base, and now Waupun leading 4-3. What a great series of hits here for Waupun.
Cunningham, Krieger, Beam, all being hot at the right time.
So that puts runners now at first and second base with that run coming in with Chase Beam. Go back to the dugout, throw on his equipment. Getting this done with 2 down, and that'll bring up Brian Ferris.
Pick off.
We got a runner in a rundown between first and second. Cunningham is tagged out, and Waupun will end, but not before the damage is done. Waupun comes up with 3 runs in the inning. They take the lead in this ball game for the first time, leading now 4-3. We'll come back with the top half of inning number 3 coming your way right after this on RP Sports.
They need. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most.
Contact me, Agent Christine File, at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun, or call 920-324-3488 today.
American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Okay, we are back. What a nice bottom half of inning number 3 for Waupun. Stringing some hits together and bringing 3 runs in. That was a fun inning there for Waupun. See if they can keep the magic going and keep the defense going here against Beaver Dam.
Little change right now. Brady White into left field. It's going to bring Mason Holtz over to first. Potratz 1 for 1 in his time, and he scored a run in this game.
It's one that got things going for Waupun.
You bet, made the most of his opportunity. Good job by Landon Potratz.
Fastball. This is a little high and inside into Braden Strakota. Carson Franke waiting on deck, number 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order coming up from Beaver Dam this inning. Nice controlled pitch there. A little fastball stays high, a swing and a miss. Count is now 1-1. Pitch offer on that one, foul territory, giving chase as Holtz near the fence and finds its way out of play. Puts the count now, though, at 1-2. Strakota had a single back in the first inning. Boy, what a dangerous part of the order that really came through for Waupun, right in the middle of that order.
Right.
You know, Evans, Sauer, and the whole bunch, just one right after another, bringing in those runs. Fastball's going to miss high. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, you got a couple of guys there with Sauer and Beam back to back in that 3 and 4 slot that can do some serious damage when they get hot.
Ooh, nice nasty curveball coming right at him, and goes right down the middle of the plate. No offer from Strakota. He goes down looking. And that will bring up Carson Franke, who flew out to end the threat in the first inning for Beaver Dam. Flew out to center field.
It's Krieger's second strikeout of the game. Both of them called strikes. Chase Beam going out, having a little conversation with Jake.
He said just the maturity of Chase, too, to once in a while have a little conference if he sees something and let's talk about it. And he was a great interview yesterday out the outside part of the plate and that curveball. But yeah, just sounded like a pretty mature person that really understands the game and those answers that he gave me. Another curveball, and that one's going to miss off the plate. It's a count at 1-1.
Quarterback on the football team, he's going to have to take that leadership role and shouldn't pencil him in. He has been a quarterback on the football team, so he probably will be again.
I'd like to see him be a quarterback fullback and give it to him. He just takes it up the gut, and who's going to try to tackle him? He's a big man. 1-2 pitch. Didn't get him to chase. Tried to get him to chase a curveball that started right down the middle and curve low and away. Lays off it, puts the count at 2-2. And hard hit ball out to left field, a base hit on a 2-2 pitch for Carson Franke. So base runner now for Beaver Dam. Got somebody on every inning so far. And that'll bring up Brad Wendorf, the catcher.
That is the 7th hit of the game for Beaver Dam.
Now batting, the catcher, number 16, Brad Wendorf.
Did you bring your sunscreen?
Don't need it today. If I sat out a few feet ahead of us, I would. For my sunglasses, I put those things away, but they're going to be a contortionist between innings. I'll try to grab one out of my bag in front of me.
Here we were worried about rain, and now it's beautiful sunshine at the moment.
Yeah, like you said before, a multi-purpose here for keeping us out of the sun, and if rain comes, we're going to stay dry too. Raining a little bit, just a few little sprinkles before the game started and into the game, but after that, it's just been a pretty pleasant day. Maybe not quite as hot as it was yesterday. Nice fastball finds the outside part of the plate. Count is now 1-1. And Pond will have to win 2 games if they want to head on to that tournament in West Salem later on this week. Starts on Friday. Swing and a miss. And the last pitch in from Krieger.
Good fastball there. Perfect location.
It's always a tough job for when you never know who's going to win a game, so you can't make hotel reservations. And as soon as they figure it out, the parents are on the phone right away trying to set something up. This one foul territory over behind first base and can't quite get it. Good chance there by Holtz to at least get in the area. Keeps the count at 1-2. Then us video guys that were going, can you get us a room there too? Just throw us on your list. And we plan on coming too, so that's kind of how we've done things in the past. Nick hasn't promised us a hotel room whatever we work out for it. Like I said, I'm a little sketchy on Friday, Saturday thing.
Very
He just got some connections with one of his young guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I talked about that. Well, yeah, we'll see if we can get the stream going. I'll have to reach out at the end of the game here and see what's up with some of the young guys that have worked this summer.
Wow, that one finds the outside part of the plate, and no offer. Going down looking is Brad Wendorf, the second strikeout of the inning for Jake Krieger. Nice little pitch there. Just nipping along that front corner of that plate to get the strikeout on Wendorf. And number 9 in the batting order, Ben DeMaster, coming up with 2 down. That runner at first base. 4-3 lead for Waupun and your new medical integrated health care scoreboard. Bringing you the game from the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth underneath our canopy, top bleachers, right behind home plate. Perfect place to call the game from. Getting Ben's one right in. Krieger feeling a lot of control right now and total control of his pitches.
That's key for Jake. Hit the spots he wants to hit. He's not going to overpower too many guys, but yeah, he's gonna throw strikes.
It's down to the dirt and scooped up right away by Chase Beam. Puts the count at 1-2. "37 computers all logged on and watching us. Thanks for joining us today." Oh, it chases one outside and gets the strikeout. 3 strikeouts, gave up 1 single, though. Strands a runner at first base. Nobody scores. After 3.5 innings, it is Waupun in the lead yet, 4-3. See if Waupun can tack on a few more here in the bottom of the 4th inning, coming your way right after this on RP Sports.
If you cringe when it's time to smile, come to Dentistry of Wisconsin in Beaver Dam and Waupun to make your grin big, bright, and beautiful. They can help with impactful solutions like implants, bridges, orthodontics like Sure Smile clear aligners. And if you're looking for simple smile enhancers, they offer tooth whitening and veneers. Give Dentistry of Wisconsin a call in Beaver Dam at 887-2112 or their Waupun office at 324-3881. You can also visit them online at dentistryofwisconsin.com.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees when you meet the monthly qualification criteria. There's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Okay, Steve Winterhack with you, along with Randy Armga, Jeff Sauer on the video streaming. Hope you're enjoying our presentation here. A great game, especially if you're a Waupun fan so far, but still a lot of baseball to be played in this game. A very good Beaver Dam team, and Waupun hoping to play 2 here today and have at least a game to play to see if they can get into the state tournament, which is later on this week at West Salem. This is the regional championship between these 2 teams.
Tournament in West Salem starts on Friday. Beautiful part of the country over there, going to the western part of the state, getting close to the Mississippi River Valley.
It's beautiful. And that kind of splits off with 90 and 94 there. That's right where it kind of starts to be the real hilly stuff, and just beautiful out there. And I love the many trips we made either to Eau Claire up in the northern part of the state or getting down towards La Crosse and West Salem down in that part. It's all just real hilly area. I love it over there.
You and I went to Viroqua for some games.
Yeah.
That was a little south, but that was beautiful as well.
Going to a place that's really a mecca for Legion baseball over there. Pitch is going to miss just off the plate, and probably one of the most well-known guys for Legion baseball just passed away from Viroqua, right? Is that Pete Swanson?
Swanson,
yeah. That's sad news. I know Bobby Spanbauer knew him very well, and just a guy that really, I think did he set up that bus? They had a nice bus that comes in from
They had the
Viroqua.
mini bus that they traveled with, you bet.
Good guy. There's a great historic field out there, too, with you can set up some chairs on top of these big, flat blocks of cement that they had out along the left field side. This is popped in the air behind home plate and lunging at it. Those aren't easy because they're not coming down straight. Then you got the wind blowing. Brad Wendorf took a good stab at it at the end and hauls it in. Nice play there by the catcher, Brad Wendorf, to get the out.
Peter Swanson with a D, P-E-D-E-R. Some of his heritage there.
Is that a very Scandinavian part of the country?
Yeah, I believe it is a little bit.
Yep, very much so.
Yeah.
Westby has their ski, I believe they have their ski jump thing in the contest in the winter.
Oh, okay.
And talking about that, we were over by Prairie du Chien too. That was a beautiful.
That's a nice area. We visited that on our Mississippi Great River Road wine tour. Started way down there and started heading north along the river, which takes you both sides. You're in Minnesota, you're in Wisconsin. It's beautiful over there.
Get to cross the big bridges, kind of fun.
This one's on the ground, picked up. A nice job by Strakota, just rock solid over at third base again. To reach kind of back, is that a kind of a high jump on it, and still throws a strike to first. Great job over there for the couple of games that we've seen Braden Strakota play third base for Beaver Dam.
Yeah, that was a great play.
And that'll bring up, we got up there now for Waupun.
That is Brady White.
Yeah, Brady White is up to bat now. So it was Landon Potratz's spot. So Brady White coming up. Landon taken out of the game with a 1-for-1 bat or at bat for Waupun. Going to help lead to some runs there that inning for Waupun, getting those 3 runs and take the lead in the ball game. Swing and a miss on the next one, and that is it. So Waupun goes down quietly. The second time they went down 1-2-3. And Waupun still with the lead after 4 complete, leading 4-3. Back with the top of the 5th inning coming your way right after this on RP Sports.
Chocolate, coffee, popcorn, ice cream. That's all that needs to be said about Guth's candy. But Steve and Katie Guth offer much more than your favorite confectionery cravings. Hundreds of decadent handcrafted creations and classic candy faves are swirled together in a casual cafe for long talks, guiltless indulgences, and hot refills. Guth's Candy, corner of Highway 49 and 151, Waupun. Order your Guth favorites online for a sweet surprise at guthscandy.com. Guth's Candy in Waupun, a chocolate legacy 4 generations strong.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
If you're looking for some...
Hey, we are back here at Beaver Dam. Always some lively conversation between innings.
Jog each other's memories of stuff.
Yeah. You were talking, Jeff, a little bit about the third baseman over there's been doing a great job of Braden Strakota. We're very impressed by him, and he's a hockey player too, right? A very good hockey player.
Yeah, he's been solid. He doesn't look big, but he is fast, and he's nothing but muscle. So he had a couple of good tryouts this spring, and he's going to be playing over in Spooner.
Oh, okay.
His dad is the school resource officer. I won't use the...
Well, he said PLO, but if anybody's seen No Time for Sergeants with Andy Griffith, that was before his TV show. He was the PLO, but in that movie, that was the permanent latrine orderly or officer. So that was a great movie, though, with Andy Griffith. But great game going on here in Beaver Dam right now. A lot at stake, a trip to the state tournament. Only 2 teams left out of the 4 that started the tournament. Fort Washington eliminated, Kewaskum eliminated. And just as we thought coming into this, these are the 2 teams that will be playing the last day. Waupun leading 4-3 here in the top of the 5th inning. Hard hit ball out towards left field, and that's going to be a base hit. It's going to make it all the way out to the fence. Here goes Jeff Freund heading over to second base. They get it into the relay. And Freund with a leadoff double. That's the second hit of the ball game. Top of the order producing there with a double to start things out. That'll bring up number 2 in the batting order, Boston Damon, up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 so far in the game.
Yeah, we've mentioned several times Freund, one heck of a baseball player. He gets the job done.
A little conference out there with Brent Ferris heading out to talk to his infield. A couple of very evenly matched teams battling here. Waupun, giving up that 2-run lead and giving up a run each of the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning to lose in their game at 1 o'clock yesterday. And been back and forth with leads in this ball game too, and just a 1-run game right now through 4 innings. Beaver Dam threatening with a leadoff double.
And you take that first inning and flush that away, and Waupun's got a much better game going. But yeah, 3 errors in that first inning, and 4 hits they gave up, and just wasn't pretty. Weren't quite ready to go right out of the chute, and since then they've played good baseball.
Okay, runner at second, nobody out, and Boston Damon, a very dangerous hitter at the plate right now for Beaver Dam. Damon batting .377 on the season. Jarek Westover awaiting on deck. Ooh, some high heat and a swing and a miss. Nice pitch there from Krieger. Makes the count 1-1. Yeah, you got Westover waiting on deck, and he's had a double and a single in the game for 2 for 2 so far in the game. So they put the dangerous part of their order. It's up right now, and that is sliced out to right center field. And that is going to score a run. They're going to keep Boston Damon over at first base, but an RBI single off the bat of Boston Damon. We are tied at 4 apiece. And another base runner on base for Beaver Dam. Okay, run in, We're tied at 4, and that'll bring up a guy who's 2 for 2 in the ball game, and that's Jarek Westover. Had a double back in the first and scored, and then had a single in the third inning. Got himself all the way over to third base, and that's as far as he got. Fastball's going to miss high and away for ball 1. Kyler Keel awaiting on deck. You had nothing planned today, did you, Randy?
Not really.
We got some plans. Stick out in that camper once in a while.
Yeah, we're going to head out next week.
Yeah.
Nice little trip. Vacation planned.
I thought you retired guys can like vacation anytime you want a vacation. Just every day is a vacation.
We've been busy. That's the problem. Yeah, you retire and then you get asked to work at like 5 different places, and it's so hard to turn down. Between my wife and I, we're constantly being asked to fill in or do something. And
hard hit ball, but right at, Evan Summery drops the ball, and they're going to get the out over at second base. Yeah, he was looking to grab that ball and throw it to first, see if he could double up the runners, but they do get the runner over at second base. So we got...
I was going to write down fielder's choice, but I'm going to have to make that a 6-4 put out.
Choice. Okay, got everything all corrected here. So a runner at over at first base with the 1 down, and Kyler Keel up to bat. Kyler, he had a single back in the first inning. Grounded out in the third inning, 1 for 2 in the game so far.
Yeah, they're going to get Krieger for an illegal pitch here. I don't know. I don't know why that wouldn't be a balk with someone on base. Not sure what the call was exactly, but they're going to say the count is 2-0.
2-0 the count. Okay.
Just looking at the actions, it looks like he's talking about bringing the fingers to the mouth and wetting him, right?
Yeah, but that would still be a balk.
Yeah, right. And I don't know if he's just giving
unless he was off the mound when that happened and then he went to the baseball.
Okay, well, puts the count now at 2-0. And then the next pitch is taken out to center field and hauled in.
Got a shot at him.
Look at a double play if they can get it. Holtz chases it down, race to first base, and again another throw off the mark. Otherwise they would have had that force out over at first base. Okay, so runner at first, about 2 down. 1 run into the inning. We're tied at 4 apiece here in the top of inning number 5. Great contest between these two teams this weekend. 3-2 victory for Beaver Dam yesterday. Lead going back and forth. Called strike on the first pitch into Jake Jelka.
Good news is Waupun is the home team in this game, so they would have last opportunities if it comes down to a tight game.
Strike on the next pitch in. Quickly makes the count 0-2. Waupun can take care of business right now, and we'll start with the top of the order when they start batting coming up next inning. Down to the dirt. Count is 1-2.
Nice job by Chase Beam getting down and making sure that ball doesn't go through. All the little things people do that don't show up.
Runner going, and they're going to throw it over to second base, and the runner is out. So a little bad timing on that one, trying to catch Waupun sleeping there, but Waupun still gets that out at second base. Nice awareness there by Jake Krieger to get that out over at second, but Beaver Dam does come up with a run, and we are now tied at 4 apiece. Bottom of the 5th inning coming your way next on RP Sports.
Of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-334-5887. That's 920-344-5887 for Torres Tree Service of Waupun.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by W&D Navas, a family-owned business operating in the Waupun area for over 60 years. Their third generation is very involved in the running of the business. W&D Navas is a commercial industrial business specializing in convenience stores, fast food restaurants, auto parts stores, and apartment complexes, along with a landscape rock division. No job is too big for the professionals at W&D Navas Waupun.
Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street, Waupun, to talk about a great event coming up here. Andy, talk about the next meat raffle and who it benefits.
That's right. We're going to do a special event.
Okay, we are back. Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire playing right now, and I do remember that back, I believe, when Nolan Schmidt was one of the coaches for American Legion Post 210, and they had a fire-up song, and it was that song, Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. Randy's looking up to see exactly when that song was done. I'm pretty sure we were definitely all alive at that time.
I think, well, maybe Jeff wasn't. I know I was.
I remember as a kid, my mom and dad loved Johnny Cash. And
1963.
63.
Nope.
Wow.
Weren't alive yet, Jeff? No?
65.
No, I was 63. Yeah, I was 3 years old. Randy was 4 years old, and somewhere in there.
Yeah.
He's home trying to figure out the math on that. Backhanded attempt over at second base by Jarek Westover. And Emmett Hull's going to make his way over to first base as that gets out past him on a tough chance. And standing at first is Emmett Hull. Nice way to start out the bottom half of inning number 1 in a 4-4 game.
What do you think? Who's scoring that? Hit?
Yeah, I think it was just, it would have been an amazing play to make it. I thought it was out.
Unofficially.
They put on the board. They put one on the board for us.
Beaver Dam, yeah.
They have a 1 up there for.
Yeah.
And it looks like an error is marked right there. So
the
there. Red dot.
Yeah, they give it an E.
Yeah.
Holt's trying to bunt, but just fouls it back into the screen. Trying to play a little small ball, move that runner over to second base. Some hot hitters right behind Mason Holtz, Evan Sauer, Chase Beam, Jay Krieger, Ethan Cunningham. That's a tough little stretch in Waupun's batting order. So the first not in time.
You know, I know earlier in the game you had talked about they were having that conversation about the coin flip and who's going to be what. In these two evenly matched teams, the home team is really a critical piece, I think.
Yeah, they were mentioning exactly that. I was right in the middle of the conversation with the coaches over there talking about it, and I don't know what they ended up saying, if they're going to flip the coin again. And
I believe I had heard that. I think that the rules said you're supposed to flip every game.
Every game, so even though Waupun is home the first game of this, they could possibly be home again.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would certainly.
Extra little edge that could come into play. High and tight on the next pitch in. Makes the count now 1-2 to Mason. Nice to get Mason on and get guys in first and second, and then you get the really strong part of Waupun's order. The guys really been hot.
How about first and third?
Yeah, first and third too.
Take a gapper. Get
second
Emmett
and
over
third,
to
second
third.
and home.
Yeah.
Mason's one of those guys. He's a good opposite field hitter. If he puts one down that left field line, they're not really shading him over there to go opposite field. And
how about a 2-run blast? Maybe they would just
Hey, we saw Mason hit one out over at Portage in that ball game in the championship for sectionals. Got a hold of one in that game. Waupun made a nice little run. If they didn't have that bad little start and a couple bad innings there, they would have been right in that ball game, but just had 2 innings that they gave up some runs. Waupun could have won that game.
Home plate umpire got a little wake-up call there, straight off the helmet, or that hockey-style helmet.
2-2 the count. Mason get himself on right now, and this is the time when Waupun can really string some things together and put some more runs on the board. That one just misses outside. I think that's the opposite of what you normally see. You see a guy he's heading back to the dugout after that. That was a heck of a pitch. It must have missed by a fraction. Makes it a 3-2 count. Here's the payoff pitch, and a chopped over towards the second base over to Jelka, and well, what he tried to do earlier is bunt a runner over to second, got the same result on that one. Tossed out at first base, high chopping ball over to Jarek Westover. And they get the out at first base, and Waupun has that runner in scoring position. Now you've got Murderer's Row, maybe, for a
There you go.
version of it.
I
right
like
now.
it. I like it, Steve. That's a great call. Why not right now?
The guys have been pretty hot. Evan Sauer, 1 for 2. Had that home run, of course. And he's going to put one out to left field on the first pitch. Emmett's going to try to score, and they're going to throw it in and allow him to score. And didn't seem like in a hurry to try to get the ball in. And good job by Emmett. Sent right away by Bobby Spanbauer, and didn't hesitate a bit. And Waupun takes the lead back at 5-4. Great response for Waupun.
And Emmett getting on that E4 on the second baseman. Moved over by Holtz.
Yeah, textbook there, just playing some small ball and hit him in. And Waupun probably not going to play any more small ball. He got Chase Beam up to bat right now. Jake Krieger waiting on deck.
We have another stoppage at play right now.
And now the coach coming out there for Beaver Dam. Talk to his players, the infield right now. TJ Jelka, the head coach for Post 146. Yeah, big moment right here for Waupun. Be nice to have put a little more space between them and Post 146 out of Beaver Dam with just a couple more innings for Beaver Dam to have a bat in their hand. Big moment in the ball game here for Post 210 for Waupun.
You wonder if any discussion about possibly not pitching to Chase Beam in this situation. You definitely don't want to move Sauer over to second base in that, but I would think the message might have been we're not throwing him anything down the middle. You know, work the edges, and if he walks, he walks. Maybe we can get him to chase a couple pitches. Chase Beam, a game changer on any one swing.
Go high and tight, backing him off the plate on that one, makes the count 1-0.
That's an interesting answer for the pitch.
Yeah.
I don't want you to hit this one out, so we're going to throw it inside or kind of right at your nose. We'll throw it to first, not in time. Yeah, great entertaining game. Just what these games, both games of Beaver Dam and Waupun have just been so entertaining. Waupun digging a 3-0 hole to start this one out. Climbing back to take a 4-3 lead. Beam gets called for a strike. No offer on that one in the next pitch. Count is now 1-1. Beaver Dam ties it back up, and then Waupun answers immediately to get the lead back at 5-4. It's the 1-1 pitch from Damon down in the dirt. Puts the count now at 2-1.
Yeah, Wendorf, he's done a nice job behind the plate. He's not really letting anything get through that could possibly get through. He and Chase Beam both real solid receivers. Good job of blocking.
2-1 pitch. That paints the outside part of the plate for a called strike. Again, no offer from Beam. Puts the count at 2-2. Can't pitch around Beam because you got Jake Krieger waiting on deck. Ethan Cunningham, a dangerous hitter. Another throw over to first base. He is not in time. Everything going very smoothly, I believe, in this tournament. Just 4 teams, not like you're trying to balance 8 teams here, but still runner going on the pitch, and this is hit high out towards center field, and getting underneath it is Kyler Keel. And Evan Sauer is going to run back to first base. So now 2 down to that runner at first. It's a little bit too far underneath that one, otherwise there'd be a few more runs on the board for Waupun. He was pretty deep out there towards the warning track.
Now batting the pitcher, number 9,
Jake Krieger coming up, and a double and scored back in the second inning. He has got on with a walk, so he's 1 for 1 in the game and been on base both times. Lays off the pitch that's just a bit high.
Pretty close right there.
Jake has been very impressive. Great on the mound here yesterday and today. And this is smoked up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So runners now advance to base. Runners at first and second base. 2 for 2 in the game now for Jake Krieger. Ethan Cunningham coming up, and Ethan had that triple back in the second inning. That brought in Jake Krieger at that time. So another RBI in the third inning.
Yeah, single and RBI, then he was caught stealing. Got picked off.
So that drops in for a strike.
Have you noticed anything much about the umpires?
No.
That's a good thing,
That's
see?
it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We're not talking about them much.
No.
Kids can focus on the game.
This is popped over towards first base, calling for it. It's Carson Franke, hauls it in. And Waupun does the job. They get the lead back. Nice answer for them when the game was tied up. The half inning before that, Waupun leading now 5-4 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Be back with that right after this on RP Sports.
Usually don't do them until we pick them up again in fall, but we're going to bring one out August 4th, Sunday afternoon, looking at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to do a meat raffle that's going to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So the fine folks from Make-A-Wish asked us to do one, so we're going to do a special event one on August 4th at 2 p.m.
All right, so when people come in, what do they expect that day?
You can expect we'll run some drink specials, and of course, and we're going to sell some meat, some paddles, and have a lot of fun. We have a spin a prize wheel and do a 50-50 along with it, all for the benefit of the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
All right, talk about some of the great things going on here throughout the week here, Andy.
Hey, we got specials going on all day, every day during the week. Mondays is all-you-can-eat shrimp and fries. Tuesdays is Mexican all day. Wednesdays is wings after 4 p.m. Thursdays is burger day. Friday is fish all day, of course, open to close. Saturday is appetizer specials. And Sunday, of course, we're back to wings, and we do it all over again.
Andy, have a great week. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Andy with us here at the other bar, Main Street, Waupun.
Shop great deals this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $2.49 per pound. Country Hearth split top bread, buy one, get one free. Kemp's ice cream, $3.99 with your card. Deals on 7-Up, RC Cola, or Dr. Pepper all this week at Waupun's Piggly Wiggly. And a reminder to shop cattails connected to Waupun's Piggly Wiggly on Gateway Drive in Waupun. Shop the pig all this week for great deals.
Okay, welcome back to Beaver Dam, and again, a lot at stake. Waupun has to win twice when they're leading this game 5-4. We're going into the top of the 6th inning, and I tell you, a very well-run tournament. Jeff Eberly runs the tournament over here, and he's been very, very good at being available for anything we need here, and he's done a great job. So a great tournament run by Jeff Eberly over here at Beaver Dam. Good guy. First batter up is Jake Jelka, and that's hit high in the air out to short right field and hauled in by Ethan Cunningham. Yeah, Jeff, I did do a game with him, and he remembered it over in Oconomowoc. Couldn't remember the Oconomowoc coach's name, but he was quite a character over there at that time. We're talking like 6, 7, 8 years ago. But he actually, because they weren't doing any baseball games, and I was kind of helping out in Beaver Dam a little bit, he actually went out and got advertisers himself and said he'd come along because he knows all the kids. I said, yeah, come along, let's go do it. And then did a radio game over in Oconomowoc with Beaver Dam at Oconomowoc at that time.
Nice.
Yeah, good guy. He was good on the air, too. This pitch in, little curveball is fouled back. Makes the count now 1-1 to Jelka, who's flown out and grounded out so far in the ball game.
Mr. Eberly was instrumental in Beaver Dam coming over and playing some fall ball in Waupun. Also, he organized that, got those kids some extra baseball action from late August through the month of September.
1-2, and that's going to stay high on the fastball from Krieger. It was a nice pitch, that pitch before that, and that curveball. It's kind of dropped her down, started out high, and the batter laid off. It dropped right in for a strike. Comes a 2-2 pitch. And a little curveball poked high in the air over towards second base, and Landon Richter just backs up a step and hauls it in for the out. So 2 down and nobody on, so things going pretty well so far here. And Waupun is hanging on to that 1-run lead, but you know how many crazy things can happen here get toward the end of the ball game. So they're looking good after that rough start that they had going down 3-0 in the top of the first inning. It's going to get swung on and fouled out of play.
I believe Krieger started this inning at 80 pitches, so far been fairly efficient.
Frankie's ball's hit high in the air over towards second base, just on the edge of the outfield grass, and again another pop out over to Landon Richter. Nice efficient inning there for Jake Krieger. And after 5.5 innings, Waupun with a 5-4 lead, and they're coming up in just a few minutes. We'll have it for you on RP Sports.
Holman Auto is very blessed to have served our local communities for 50 years. From a small used car store with 4 employees to 5 locations and over 100 employees, we would like to thank our many customers and our communities for the past 50 years. Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun, Holman Chevrolet in Waupun, Holman Ford and Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon, Holman Chevrolet GMC in Ripon, and the location where we began 50 years ago, Holman Value Center in Waupun. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, our customers, our friends, for the last 50 years. And we look forward to the next 50 years. Holman Auto, great selection, award-winning service, low prices, and a relaxed buying atmosphere. We make you feel at home at Holman Auto Group in Waupun and Ripon, serving you for 50 years and counting.
We are back right to top of the 6th inning for Waupun and Jake Krieger. Not many pitches. What, he pitched 7 pitches?
8.
8 pitches in that.
He's at 88 right now.
Yeah.
So he's got at a 105 is a game, 105 plus if you start a batter. So he's potentially could finish this thing if he's efficient, if his defense does the job behind him.
Yeah, we're just hoping that Waupun can take care of business and maybe bring in at least another run here in the inning. And really no real weak point in Waupun's batting order. Right now it's the middle of the order that's doing most of the damage, but this is going to be bounced over the top of the pitcher, and it's going to be gloved by the shortstop, and no chance, as it was just a perfectly pounded ball into the dirt. And by the time diving Jake Julka got it safe at first base is Bryant Ferris. So that's a nice start, getting that under number 7 of the batting order, and that'll bring up Landon Richter.
Brian Ferris, not your typical 7 hitter.
No.
He's either 7 or 8, or otherwise he's in a leadoff spot, because that's the kind of guy he is. He's not afraid to take a pitch in the ribs or whatever he has to do to help his team.
I tell you, he seems to find his way on base way or another. I've seen him get hit. He got hit during this tournament already, and he's just a great guy to have on the bases. He's a fast runner, great instincts out there. Nice having him out there to start things out. I would love to get something out of this inning. Take going to the top of the 7th with 2-3 run lead would be great.
Yeah, Waupun thinking about bunting him over. Richter showed, pulled back, and took the strike.
This pitch is bunted over towards third base, and they does his job. Nice job by Waupun's Landon Richter, moving the runner over to second base, and that will bring up Brady White. Again, 5-4 lead for Waupun, bottom of the 6th. We'd love to get an insurance run here, move the runner over to second base with 1 down. And Brady White coming up to the plate with Emmett Hull, who was the top of the order, waiting on deck.
Richter lost his batting glove on the way to first. Stoppage there to pick up the equipment.
Finds the inside part of the plate, no offer from White. Called strike 1. Waupun needs to win this game and win the next game. So a lot to ask for Waupun out of against a very good team from Beaver Dam. And that is going to get off the pitcher's glove, and they get it to first in time, keeping the runner again over at second base. Nothing you do with that. It looks like he had to kind of stay there. You don't think it was going to get hauled in, and kind of froze Ferris over at second base. So not a great turn of events there for Waupun. Now 2 down at top of the order up with that runner at second.
Yeah, that ball inches away from getting through for a base hit.
Yeah, hard hit ball.
Score that 1-4-3.
So Waupun now 2 outs with that runner at second base. You get Emmett Hull up, flown out, grounded out, got on with an error back in the 5th inning.
On in the 5th inning on the air, and then scored.
Yeah, he got in for us. Yep. Big run to put us ahead at that time. Still holding up yet at 5-4. Waupun looking for a little gap or something out in the outfield between center field and left field or right field, and bring that run in from second base. Great wheels out there with Ferris at second base right now for the post 210. going to miss just off the plate. A fastball on the pitch by Boston Damon.
That's where Damon wanted to throw it, just off the plate. Hope to get a chase there by Emmett. Good discipline.
Yeah, not easy to do with you're down 0-2 in the count.
Ferris out at second base, the one to call time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what. He relayed that to Emmett, and Emmett made the call at home plate.
To call to take a timeout?
Yeah, Bryant, he was the one asking.
Yeah, I saw him with the hands up out there.
I
and
don't know
thought,
what he was.
Can you call timeout from out
Sure you
there?
can.
Just like the batter can. Okay.
Sure, you can. It's just, I don't know what Bryant saw that he requested that time.
Well, there's something that they were actually discussed before. It was a good time to do that. Next pitch is going to miss high, puts the count at 2-2. Kind of took the rhythm away a little bit for Damon. 2-2 the count with 2 down. Top of the order up for Waupun, Emmett Hull. Mason Holtz waiting on deck. Big moment of the ball game here. Bottom of the 6th inning, a 5-4 lead for Waupun. Lays off the next pitch, and that gets over the glove of the catcher, Brad Wendorf. Now runner just 90 feet away.
Yeah, might have got crossed up there. Didn't expect that ball to stay up. I think he was looking for a breaking pitch and didn't get it.
Okay.
Trista Steinbach.
Oh, yeah, you can mention that. I couldn't see the Trista on there. Checking in. Gives the 3-2 pitch. And that is hit out towards right field, backing up and hauling it in is the right fielder, Jeff Freund. Upon threatening, but couldn't get that runner past second base, so we're going to be stuck at 5-4 going to the top of inning number 7. Don't go anywhere. Big top of the 7th inning coming with a 1-run lead for Waupun. Back after this on RP Sports.
Extend your vertical tillage options with the new Kuhn-Krause Accelerator XT8010, available at Waupun Equipment Company in Waupun. Proven Excalibur VT blades stay sharp to cut tough residue and create a superior seedbed. New adjustable gang angles put you in charge. Select 1 to 5 degrees for true vertical tillage or 6 to 8 degrees for more aggressive tillage action. The mid-mounted tines redirect soil and residue flow ahead of rear gangs. Exclusive rear star wheels break clods and anchor residue, while the 24/7 conditioning reel firms and finishes the seedbed. No daily grease maintenance features save you time and money. The Accelerator XT is available in RTK cut widths of 29.5 foot to 40 foot working widths. To learn more, visit www.kuhn.com.
Okay, we're back in Beaver Dam. The sun is shining right now. Looked pretty ominous before, but Waupun takes a 5-4 lead into the top of inning number 7, and got Trista Steinbach out there that says, going back to the soundtrack of our youth, we mentioned the music that they were playing before, and said I'm feeling a little BTO. He ain't seen nothing yet for Waupun, but I speak your language, Trista, or her husband, whoever came up with that, but that's my music too. Love Bachman Turner Overdrive, one of my favorite groups, easily in my top 5.
And that comment was right after that then, says not Trista, but her janky husband.
Randy Bachman, Fred Turner. That was a great group, Canadian group. So here we go. We're starting at number 8 in the batting order for Beaver Dam. You got Brad Wendorf up. He has flown out to right field. He has struck out, going down looking. We're 8 in the batting order. This curveball finds the strike zone and a called strike on the next pitch in. Count is now 1-1.
Pitch number 90 for Krieger. Plenty of room for him to finish this game up.
Pitch is going to miss well inside, puts the count at 2-1. Yeah, I want to get taking care of business right here and see if he can win this one in 7. It's still a very dangerous Beaver Dam team, and that is in the glove and out of the glove and off the body of Evan Sauer. Throws it to first yet and not in time. Just a hard line drive, popped out of his glove, hit off his body on the ground, and then he threw to first, not in time. So a big break there for Beaver Dam to start things out here in the top of the 7th, down by a run. So tying run at first base to Masteron. Bunts it up the first base line. That's going to roll foul for strike one. The Master so far has struck out twice. Went down looking, went down swinging. Can't ask for more if you're Beaver Dam. Number 8 in the batting order finds his way on base.
Yeah, on the error, and now a chance to bunt him over, get him in scoring position. I'm sure they're going to try and bunt again here with the one strike.
Beaver Dam definitely has their murderers roll, and that's right off from the top of the order with Jeff Freund. He's got himself 2 hits already, a single and a double in the ballgame, 2 for 3 so far. And Boston Damon has multiple hits. You got Jarek Westover, number 3 in the order. He's got multiple hits in the ballgame. And this one is in play. A nice bunt, a very speedy runner, and they get the runner out at first base. But they do get Wendorf over to second base. That was a good opportunity there. Pretty good wheels from your number 9 batter. They're almost getting himself an infield hit. Bunt. And here's where things get interesting. Only one down. You got that tying run at second base, and you got Jeff Freund with a single and a double in the ball game at the plate. Pond can take care of business here. First pitch is head out towards right field. Ethan Cunningham makes a diving stab at it, can't haul it in, rolls away from him, and runners now at second and third base. Did not hesitate, jumps on the first pitch. Runner kind of had to hold over at second, not knowing if it was going to get hauled in. A good stab at it. And luckily for Cunningham, he gets a piece of the ball.
I think there was a chance there to score him. As you said, playing it safe with the one out.
And now a visit for Brent Ferris out there to his infield as things are looking a little scary right now. Runners at second and third, and a very dangerous hitter with Boston Damon up to bat, who's 2 for 2 in the game, a couple singles. He's scored once.
I'm sure they're talking about setting the defense, being aware of a possible suicide bunt or maybe a safety squeeze.
It's kind of almost the same situation when they played before, except for Beaver Dam was the home team at that time, and they just had to manufacture a run to get the win, and that's what they did there in that 7th.
We'll see what they got.
Looks like an automatic walk issued. Bases loaded now.
That gives you the force at home, infield in. Middle depth up the middle, looking for a possible double play ball on a smacker.
Upon again having to do what they had to do in that other Beaver Dam game, intentional walk to load up the bases and give yourself a chance to maybe at least get that force out at home plate. This pitch misses low for ball 1. Tense moments right now for the Waupun faithful and for the Waupun post 2-10. What a great job by Beaver Dam. Now with bases loaded and only 1 down, trailing by 1, 5-4. Next pitch catches the inside part of the plate. Left-handed hitting at Jarek Westover. Double in the first inning, single in the third inning. Has scored once in the game. Comes the 1-1 pitch. That one finds the strike zone. Looked pretty good too, and Westover watches it go by. Didn't even twitch on that one.
And Krieger keeping the ball down at the knees, looking for that ground ball.
Here we go. Here comes that 1-2 pitch. That one is swung on and foul just in case. Chase touches the base. You never know, so he just touches it and heads up with that. But another great pitch there by Krieger. Keeps the count at 1-2.
That could have been a game ender if that ball stayed in above the plate or in front of the plate. He would have had the force out at home and a chance for the double play down to first.
Yeah, that's heads up by him just in case you get the call somehow. Anything close, that's a good thing to do. Another 1-2 pitch for Jake Krieger. One's going to be outside. Not a bad place to put that one with your head in the count 1-2. Makes the count now 2-2.
Can these two teams get more even than they've been?
2-2 the count, and this is hit deep out towards left field. Going back is Brady White, and can't haul it in. 2 runs at least are going to score. It goes all the way out to the warning track. And Waupun now trailing this game 6-5. That one was deep out to left field. A 2-run double off the bat of Jarek Westover. Wow. Beaver Dam again answering the call when they're threatening the ball game and getting 2 runs in. They get the lead back that they haven't had for about 3 innings. And now Beaver Dam with the lead and still only 1 down and runners at second and third base.
Krieger's probably getting close to the 100 pitch mark here.
This brings up Kyler Keel. This is going to miss inside from the fastball. Still only 1 down, those 2 runners in scoring position. Don't want things to get any worse than they are right now with a 1-run deficit. So need some magic to happen here for post 210. Pitch, and that's going to bring another run in. Hits the dirt and gets all the way back to the screen. 1 run in. Another runner heads over to third base. Now a 2-run lead, 7-5 in favor of post 146 out of Beaver Dam.
And they score that as a wild pitch. Tough chance there for Beam.
Again, that runner standing over. At third base. The pitch misses, makes the count 3-0. And Kyler Keel at the plate. 1 for 3 in the ball game. Pitch is going to miss inside, and a walk issued by Jake Krieger. Now runners at the corners.
I think. Yeah, they're looking for pitch count. I believe that was 105. Jake Krieger's day will be over.
Jake is done, and disappointing inning here. 3 runs in, and Waupun up by 1 going into the inning, give up 3 runs, and now they're down 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. So we got a pitching change for Waupun. We'll take a break, come back in about 90 seconds with more of our ball game here on RP Sports.
Every beginning starts with a breath. When buying or selling a home, it's easy to forget to take one. Brookborn and Rock River Realty can guide your next real estate venture without the worry. Home markets are changing, and Brookborn meets the market with only a 2.5% commission. It's true, 2.5%. Save the stress when you work with the best. Contact Brookborn at 920-251-0500 or email brookborn@rockriverrealty.org.
Pickup or delivery on the app.
I've been sitting like that with my.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Okay, there's possible things happening here in the top of the 7th inning. 3-run score. Waupun now down by 2 and they were up by 1 going into the top of the 7th. Still not out of trouble yet. Runners at the corners. Only 1 down on the board. And he got Jake Julka coming to the plate. Jake with his 4th at bat of the ball game. Flowing out a couple times, is grounded out. Runner goes to second base. And in for Waupun, Landon Richter. Right-handed pitcher for the Warriors in post 210. And that's going to find its way up to center field and bring in at least 1 more run. They're going to hold the other runner up at third base, so another run comes in. And first inning, 3 runs come in, and now multiple runs coming in here in the 7th inning. 4 runs come in, and Waupun finds themselves trailing by 3 after they led by 1 coming into the top of the 7th. Everything going wrong for Waupun right now.
Yeah, 2 games in a row against Beaver Dam. 7th inning has gotten them.
Curveball doesn't quite get back into the strike zone. Started inside and stayed inside. Yeah, not looking good here for Waupun, down by 3, but they do have a good part of the order that's coming up.
That's right.
So you never know what can happen. Beaver Dam brings in 4, see if Waupun can answer. You got to take care of business right now. You still only have 1 down, and you got runners at second and third base. Fastball's going to miss high, and the next pitch into Strakota. Two and 1 the count. It's going to miss inside too. Makes it a 3-1 count. Everything seemed so easy there for a while.
Yeah, it certainly did.
Everything seems like such work just to try to get another out on the board.
Only positive for Waupun is they won the coin flip. They will be the home team and have an opportunity to at least fight back here.
Ooh, an error over by the Coach Jelk over at third base. Didn't get down on that second hop on the ball. 3-2 the count to Braden Strakota. Still only 1 down, that's the problem. And 1 hopper back, looking back and throw to first base. Good job and the textbook play there by Landon Richter. And looked over at the runner at third base. Can you get back there? I'm gonna throw it to first, get the out. So runner still at second and third, but now finally 2 down. Took a while for that. And Carson Franke, the 9th batter of the inning, coming up for Beaver Dam. Franke has flown out a couple times and had a single back in the 4th inning. This little pitch there. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Franke chasing a little off speed, low and away.
Waupun will start out with Holt, Sauer, and Beam as their batters, scheduled batters for them coming up. So definitely a part of the order where they can make things happen. They gotta drug themselves a 3-run hole. 8-5 they trail now on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Fastball's gonna miss just a bit high, maybe just a little off the plate.
Pretty close to watch, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's
1-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Richter. And that kind of hits it off the end of the bat on the ground over on the first base side. Stays alive, keeps the count at 1-2. Let's get this out and see what Waupun can do offensively. But now with a 3-run deficit to take in the bottom of inning number 7, at the very least, going to take care of things right now. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that is a nice diving stop there by Emmett Hull. Looks over to second base, got a runner in a rundown.
Too early.
And it passed. And said everything going wrong for Waupun right now. Nice stop there by Emmett. They try to get the runner and run down, then an overthrow. And another run comes in while that's all going on anyway. And it's now 9-5, the lead for Beaver Dam.
Yeah, even if they would have gotten the out, the run would have scored on the timing play.
That was a nice athletic stop there by Emmett Hull, but again, just that perfect situation for Beaver Dam to score again, and now they've opened up a 4-run lead. 9-5 now, their lead. Strike on the first pitch in. Brad Wendorf up for the 2nd time in the inning. 10th batter of the inning for Beaver Dam. They bring in 5 runs so far here in the top of the 7th inning. Nice little stop there by Beam, and just stick his glove out. No time to get the body over there, and gets it on the hop.
Waupun's not able to come back. This one's going to stick in their minds for a long time.
Both of them will.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really kind of went down kind of quietly, except for that one inning where they got the 2 runs in off that home run from Beam. But other than that, the bats were a little anemic in that game. Only 4 hits total in that game for Waupun, losing 3-2. They played them at 1 o'clock yesterday. And this one hits before the plate, goes over the shoulder of Beam, and runner advances over to second and third base. Yeah, not much to say as you see an inning like this.
Yes.
5 runs coming in, top of the 7th. Wow. We want to thank our sponsors for making this. This one is tagged with the outfield kind of playing in. It gets all the way out to the fence. And 2 more runs are going to come in, and the onslaught continues here in the top of the 7th inning. Wow, 7 runs in the inning. Now Waupun up by a run going into this inning, now trailing 11-5. Wow.
Not batting, the left fielder, number 6, Pen Master.
You can't have a worse thing to happen, but you knew if you're just hoping to get those 2 outs to start the inning out with number 8 and 9 in the batting order, but one of those guys got on right away with number 8 in the batting order getting on with Wendorf and got him over to second, and after that, then he got the top of the order up, who's been pretty dangerous here this entire weekend. But 7 on the board here in the top of the 7th inning. Nice job here by post 146 out of Beaver Dam.
7 on the board, and they're not done yet. Did not see this coming at all.
No. And that's hit out, and that's going to be caught. No, they're going to say no. He trapped the ball. And a run comes in. Harris trying to sell it, that he caught it. The official says no.
Short hop. It's a good play, though.
Do want to thank some of our sponsors out there: Home and Auto Sales, Waupun Equipment Company, Rock River Realty, Rick Bourne, Torres Tree Service, New Medical Center, All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal of Waupun, The Other Bar, The Hour Bar, W&D Novice, a few of our many sponsors making our video streaming and now today our radio broadcast all possible, supporting their American Legion Post 210. Always a great bunch of businesses here that make sure that we can get these games out to everybody. And the people that are out of state and out of the city that can watch it, because you just got to get to the internet and you can watch it, you can listen to it radio-wise if you want to just listen to it. Thanks to the great business community in Waupun supporting the American Legion Post 210 and sports all year round.
I know personally I will support those businesses.
Sure.
You know, more so than ever just because of what they do for the community and their support they give not only to us but other projects as well that go on around the Waupun area.
Great business community, and another ball. It's a laser right down third base line, brings in another run, gets past the left fielder, and they're going to send another run home. 2 more runs come in, and the barrage continues. 9 runs in the inning in Waupun. That's about it. Coach Ferris is going to go back out to the mound with this one, but I'll still talk about some of the businesses out there. Ergo Bank, Jimmy John's of Waupun. Thanks for supporting your American Legion Post 210, Ergo Bank, Bent's Automotive, American Family Insurance, Agent Christine File, Seabroxma Electric, W&D Novice. Again, many great supporters of what we do here, and we definitely appreciate it.
Looks like we are going to see Evan Sauer come in. Pitched yesterday, under 30, so he's available today.
I want to thank Jeff with his amazing setup with the video streaming here, and I heard a lot of compliments even from the Beaver Dam people that said they watched it. I know Jeff Eberly and maybe Terry Kiefer mentioned too that they watched and talked about how clear and how great they could see the game. So thanks for all the stuff that you do, Jeff.
You're welcome. It's fun to do. I like coming and doing this stuff. I like the high school sports. I talk about it a lot. It's the pure sport to me, and the emotion that goes with it. It's so fun give these kids a memory out there.
Yeah.
It was a lot more fun before the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting all hunkered down. Hey, we could be here another
we're
game.
going to be here for another 3 hours. But
I'm thinking about now how we're going to get down this canopy and just start looking at the cleanup type of stuff we do. But we'll have Jeff clean up here and get things all put together.
At least
Waupun
it'll be
doesn't pull a
dry. It will
miracle.
be dry.
I think all three of us here can say the same thing. We got a passion for high school sports and covering those games. I've been doing stuff since '92 and just have a passion for doing it. And I talk to some parents. They go, we don't really think about the high school sports. You covered our kids' games back in the 2000s, and I said, you know what? Every year's a new year, a new bunch of high school kids up there get to meet another fun group of parents, and that's part of the fun thing about doing this job. You kind of stay involved and connected with what's going on in the high school and the great athletes that come through. And we've been so blessed. We've seen the first ever state championship basketball team go through for boys and girls, and that was amazing. Definitely one of the top highlights of my career. All the great volleyball teams that have come through, and I covered all 11 of their state championships and their 2 runners-up. Of course, the softball team with that amazing run and winning their first state championship. Of course, being a Waupun guy, it's a little more special that you get to call those Waupun first in those state championships. And everybody's going to want a state championship with basketball-wise, baseball-wise, and the championships we call for that. I've got to be at every one of those games for them in the postseason and their championship runs. So it's a lot of special memories. What a great program, and the programs they have here in Waupun. We're very fortunate.
And you mentioned it before. Without the community support with all these sponsors, this doesn't happen. So it's huge.
Yeah, they're just as excited about it, and people talk about it. I get stopped in the grocery store if I'm down there. I go to Little League Diamonds, and I know we've done some games that we covered, and the people at the games were watching, and they were all cheering over at Waupun while we were in Portage or we were at some other site, and they're wherever they're at. We got the state of Idaho that tunes into us all the time, our regular listeners out there, and those are some of the more special ones that people can't get here all over the country. We're going to keep it right here and see what happens here in this last. No, let's do maybe 1 minute. We'll fit 1 minute in here and come back with the bottom of the 7th inning. Waupun now trailing 13-5.
Holman Auto is very blessed to have served our local communities for 50 years. From a small used car store with 4 employees to 5 locations and over 100 employees, we would like to thank our many customers and our communities for the past 50 years. Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Waupun, Holman Chevrolet in Waupun, Holman Ford and Holman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Ripon, Holman Chevrolet GMC in Ripon, and the location where we began 50 years ago, Holman Value Center in Waupun. Thank you for allowing us to serve you, our customers, our friends, for the last 50 years. And we look forward to the next 50 years. Holman Auto, great selection, award-winning service, low prices, and a relaxed buying atmosphere. We make you feel at home at Holman Auto Group in Waupun and Ripon, serving you for 50 years and counting.
Okay, here we go. Definitely the whole different attitude from a half an inning ago when Waupun took a 5-4 lead in the top of the 7th. But wow, Waupun gets lit up in the top of the 7th inning, give up 9 runs. And maybe one of the key things that happened, Randy, you were kind of mentioning that during the commercial break, and that air off the line drive over at shortstop. I mean, a lot of things happened, of course, in that inning, but it kind of set up at least the run to tie the game and getting him on base. But everybody pretty much had a hand in that 9 runs given up in that inning. So disappointing here for Waupun, but still a very successful season. They hadn't lost any games except for those 2 to Lemira the whole season long. A very successful Legion season. Got themselves a championship day in the regionals here in Beaver Dam, and nothing to hang your head about on how they did this season.
Yeah, I'm wondering how Lemira is doing. They're playing over in Green Lake in the single A. I think they were the class of that region, if I'm not mistaken, or in the single A regional. I'm not sure if there was 6 or 8 teams in that one, but we're going to see Connor Camphouse now at the plate.
Yeah, Colin Camphouse up there, the right-handed hitter, called strike. Pitch into him. New pitcher on the mound with Tyler Keel Pitching now for post 146 out of Beaver Dam. 8-run deficit now for Waupun. Strike on the next pitch in. Well, no offer on that one. Evan Sauer is awaiting on deck. Yeah, it's been a fun team to go down and watch some games. I didn't cover any games during the regular season. Then a swing and a miss for Colin. He goes down swinging. And now Evan Sauer steps to the plate.
One thing we know about Evan, he is birthday-wise young enough. He could have another season of Legion ball.
Yeah, hope to see him come back.
I would love to see him come back. I don't think I've ever met a kid that's regretted it when they come back and play their super senior year.
Yeah, for most of them, that's what happened to them in high school and when they were in Legion. You know, they just don't get the exposure like that, and the community support coming to your games and cheering you on, and it's just the whole situation is just magical. And those people that travel to the state tournament games and things like that, for the ones that came back again another year. Over to first base is in time to get Evan.
Another great play at third.
Braden Larson will come up for his only at bat of the tournament. Right-handed hitter. So next pitch into first percenter Braden. That one bounces across the plate.
Strakota has had one heck of a tournament at third base. He has been nearly flawless over there. Not easy plays.
Oh, just the plays that he makes on this dirt. You never know how they're going to happen. He adjusted to them and just made it look so easy over there. And it's not that easy to have these quick reactions that he had. How someone bounces high and he gets it up by his armpit and brings it right in, throws a strike to first every time. All the chances we saw him. And a hard hit ball right at the shortstop in Waupun. He is going to end their season losing 13-5 after giving up 9 runs in the top of the 7th inning. I want to thank all our viewers out there. I want to thank our sponsors for making these video streams that we had for you and getting on the radio today, all that possible. So thanks for your support. And that is it for our Legion and baseball coverage. And I'll be getting ready to get myself ready for volleyball and football coming up. All of us will be covering some of that here coming up in the fall season. So again, thanks for joining us, everybody that is tuned in video streaming. We really do appreciate you joining us, and feel like you're kind of friends of ours out there that you want to go and send us a few messages. Appreciate you joining us. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, Jeff. Again, great to work with you again here, and now we're going to help you clean up.
Yeah.
But again, a nice tournament, nice season for Waupun. Nothing to hang their head about. It's going to sting for a while, especially being a rivalry game. And Randy, thanks again also for joining us and all you do, and both officiating during the baseball seasons and being here for the postseason here to cover Post 210. You do a great job with that, so thanks for joining us.
Yes, you're welcome. And yeah, as you said, I can reiterate what a great season. Little disappointing finish here today, but it was all in all a successful season, American Legion baseball.
Okay, well, everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're going to get out of here. Waupun loses 13-5, and one of the last 2 teams that were left here in this regional and end their season one a couple games away from getting to the state tournament. But good luck to Beaver Dam Post 146. They can be representing the area. We wish them good luck over at West Salem coming up this Friday. They'll be playing already. Have yourself a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you around town. This has been American Legion